Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, my voice is
Yeah,
definitely
your
not
voice is definitely
good
going, isn't
now.
it? Yeah, I love when your voice goes though. Do you remember? Do you remember the episode of the podcast that we did, and your voice is like
I fully did a whole podcast episode with no voice.
I don't know how you did it.
None. Like,
And like I
none.
remember there were certain points in the podcast. I was like, yeah, that's not it, girl. That is just not
That
it.
must have been an awful listening experience.
And I remember you going on telling this story, and you're like, and then I was saying, you know what I mean? I was like, what? What did you say? And like I thought it would like come back halfway through the thing and it just got worse and it got to a point where we were like, yeah, we can't continue.
It was not a good time.
Oh,
It was after a night out and
yeah.
there was no voice in the
Yeah.
chat. And
No voice.
I was supposed to do like an thing for a job, like I don't know, when
Oh,
you
I
record
remember. And you were like, I actually
like
can't do it. It
a
was like a
video
voice
audition
ad.
kind of thing. Yeah, for an
Oh,
ad for like a massive bank in Ireland, and like couldn't do it.
so sad. But look, at least your voice isn't like properly gone now this time.
I'm here now. I have my Christmas mug. The world is okay.
And you've got your Christmas jumper on. It's all Christmassy.
It's festive. I need to decorate though. That's this week's now
Oh,
plan.
I feel like I've just got my room back. Do you see
Oh, you
that
got your
there?
oven done.
That is that needs to go on the door frame on the inside of my thing. I just need a staple gun to put it on and I need to build my new flat pack furniture for my new lockers and I've got new lamps. So and I need to
Okay,
paint my room this
possibility.
weekend. So because I don't know if anyone can see, but you see these like dark parts here? That's from me burning Joe Malone candles that are black. So the
The
black went up
the
the wall.
ash.
Yeah. So I mean,
You know
they're
what's a good way to stop that happening?
putting the thing
Is
over it. Yeah.
trimming the wicks as well.
Did that. The actual wax of the candle is black.
Oh,
Yeah. So
oh,
that's that issue, unfortunately. But you know what?
that's
They're really nice candles, so regardless, it's fine. I just have to put them near the grey of the wall instead of the white, obviously. And I can't wait to get rid of these fucking pink, excuse my language, we're only in it a few minutes, I'm cursing already. And these pink lamps I've had since my room burnt down. So they're gone.
oh,
I've got like these grey ones, they're really nice. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be so much nicer, like having like an adulty room rather than what's going on here, which is like a mix and match because those lockers have Marilyn Monroe on them. I was
oh.
literally 15 when I picked them out. I'm 28 now, so going to be 29 in March. So it is like, yeah, I know it's a bit of a time since this update, but yeah, excited. Can't wait.
Oh, love a room refresh or
Love a
just an
room
anything
rebrand. And I
refresh.
just got rid of so much stuff out of it and it just like it just feels
The
better.
per,
Yeah,
yeah,
it does. So
I love that. I love that
that
for you.
that is that. And also, guys, I do need to apologize for my absence last week and give a massive thank you to Rebecca for running a solo pod because this is a marketer's worst time. And me and Rebecca keep falling into this habit of not scheduling the podcast because I'm so busy during the week and she's so busy that we'd forget to schedule the podcast and then it lands on a Monday. And I'm like, I've no time. Last week I was like back to back. I was like, I can't even do it in the evening. So I'm sorry that I missed last week's episode, but you were left in the great hands of Rebecca. So thank you, Rebecca, for pulling through with that one. You're a real
I
G.
tried my best. It was weird though, to be honest. It
Was
was weird
it?
doing solo. I don't know. I think because when I do solo things, I'm
Yeah.
either one vlogging, which is like yapping to the camera,
Hmm.
like going about my daily life, or I'm in my like m motivational like
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not in the mood to be motivational right now.
Yeah. You must have been coming down with the sore throat then. I just don't have the time for this right now.
I was like, I'm not in the mood to be motivational.
Yeah.
Like,
Here,
so,
look, that's understandable as well, Angel. Like, these things
but we did it. We pulled through. We did a solo, and now we're back and better than
happen. And we've
ever.
also announced our live show.
Oh my God, yeah.
Who would have thunk that we actually announced a live after a year of us being like, yeah, maybe we'll do a live show. Maybe we'll do
Maybe.
a live show. And we actually have to give a special shout out to Clodagh because I think if she hadn't wrote to us and
Yeah.
said, hey girls, Like, if you want to have it here, you can have it here.
Loda's
Because
got the ball rolling.
Clodagh got the ball rolling because we would have just talked about it, never like, no, do you know what? We probably would have done it this year, but it probably would have been like at a smaller scale of what it's obviously going to be
Mm,
now. She is
yeah.
our angel in disguise. We needed that push, so thank you, Clodagh.
And the venue's
Um,
gorge. I love it.
I know, I'm so
I'm
fucking
excited.
excited. So we said we were putting the tickets on sale today, are we?
Yeah, I just need to finish the web page, but I think after
Yay.
like Monday evening is a good
Yeah,
kind of time. So
perfect.
tickets will
Perfect.
be on sale now, and girlies who are not in our hometown, we are organizing something for you also.
Yes. Exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for the response on the post as well. We're so excited. And I've had people
Yeah.
message me as well over in Australia being like, I'm so sick and I'm missing this. And I'm like, oh, I know, I'm sorry.
But
But
have to go to Australia sometime,
yeah, we'll just have to go on another
Down
trip down
under.
under, I suppose.
Down
Down
under.
under.
I'd go.
But yeah, exciting. So I do think we like what we're gonna do. We have a load of games planned on that night.
Mm.
But we are going to open up an anonymous form submission for us to read out a few dilemmas there on the spot as well. And we're going to make it like specifically for the Christmas show. But again, completely anonymous. So we're going to open that up. And we're gonna be open to a few suggestions. We've been texting each other like ideas of like what we're gonna do and stuff, and like it's just gonna be so much fun. I think the fact that it's gonna be Christmas is like making it better.
It's going
Like
to be Christmas. It's going to be live.
it's gonna be live. It's gonna be
I'm
a
going to have to
vibe.
really force myself to not overshare too much. I just have to have hard boundaries in my head of like stories that I definitely don't want to
See,
tell.
I'm very good at not talking about things, but
Yeah.
Rebecca like doesn't think and talks. And I
Well,
know
I'm like,
Rebecca
do you
would
want the tea?
Rebecca would be like, fuck it anyway, I'm just gonna say it. Because my mom was like, do I come? Is that it? Like, can I come? I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything that you don't know about me already. Like, and she's like, okay, okay. I was like, should I sit in the front bar while you do that thing? I was like, well, it's up to you if you want to come or not. Like, you know what I mean? But I was like, I do think
Yeah.
me and Rebecca we have to be a bit cautious because like remember when we said there 2 weeks ago that we heavily edit the podcast, guys? We ramble so much. Like it's like we're gonna have to like do a practice run through and be like,
See, it's just because, especially like you just said, like, so I say things before I think.
yes,
Like I
fully.
like I talk things out when I'm thinking about something like a podcast title or something. I have to like
Hmm.
say all my really bad ideas and then the good one like comes out,
Yeah,
basically, is how I
yeah.
work.
That's
So
how you like get your creative thing flowing. Like, yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
ruled by the throat. I'm a Taurus.
Oh yeah, of
So
course.
like the whole idea of like thinking in my head before I speak just doesn't really happen. And like I will say things like if Neve said something on the podcast, I could be like, that's so blank coded of
Yeah,
like, and
of
I
a
could be
person that
referencing
we
a person I what I'm talk I and
yeah.
I can't do that in person. Well, I could, but
Yeah.
like, do I want to? I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be fun. I feel like obviously live shows are going to be a bit more chaotic and like an audience that's going to come is going to get like we're going to have a thing
Yeah.
where we open the floor where people
Yeah.
can ask specific questions
To
about
us.
like who is this person or tell us more about this story. Um
Yeah. I
and like
mean,
we want
yeah,
to
it is. It's going to be a bit wild in that aspect. And we're not going to obviously pick people out of the crowd because I know some people are like, please don't pick me. Like, if you're coming, like, I've had so many people be like, please do not. And I'm like, we're not going to do that. But the way that the thing is going to go by the end of the games anyway, people will be so lively that we won't even have to pick on you. You'll just be like, you know what I
No,
mean?
and it's like it's everyone's getting involved. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be, it's
Yeah.
just I feel like not many I love going to things and I feel like not
Yeah.
many things do beyond to like go to and like have a fun
Yeah.
experience like that,
I feel like it's going to be more of a
especially in
comedy
our
show
home.
mixed with the podcast, to be
Yeah, I feel
honest.
like we're stand-up comedians now. Like
Yeah.
that's our new bit.
And what's really funny is like both of us are going to be hungover, okay? Because
I'm going to be so hungover. You have no
like
idea. It's my best friend's
violently, right?
30th night
Because you know
before.
my annual Christmas Airbnb that I do is the Friday and Saturday, and then I will have to come in from Clarny and help set up the thing and then go home, get ready and come back and do the live show. I'm going to be run ragged and Rebecca will have been at her best friend's birthday the night before. So
My
it's
best
like
friend's 30th.
Yeah, so it's going to
Oh
be
dear.
literally like we will be loopy. And that's, I think, where we're kind of a bit nervous because when we're hungover, we care less about what we say. And I don't want to wake up in the fear the following morning being like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. You know what I
See,
mean?
my thing is I wouldn't even wake up in the fear. It was other people would just know that information then, and they would do that with that what they will.
I
But like
know.
that's my bigger issue. But I think what we could do actually is we'd actually we could go dressed and like do our makeup together there and
Oh,
like
that would be
pre-show because that we
cute.
can warm up our banter and our back and forth and
And
our,
we can have a
you
shot
know,
of tequila as well, I think. I will need something if I'm walking up chatting. Do you know what? I think I'll be fine.
you'll be grand.
But I feel like,
It's
imagine we
so
got
fine.
stage fright or something. I'd be like, hi, everybody.
No, see, I just talk like I remember before I did my makeup event things, like I didn't plan them, didn't nothing, and I just got
Yeah.
up there and like blacked out.
I've booked in
Like
to get curls on the Sunday because
that's a really smart idea.
if I curled my hair, it would not stay.
I'm
Um,
getting my hair done Saturday, so it should be
it should
okay.
be perfect. Yeah. See, I'll have extensions by then, so
They'll blow dry.
I'll need the because the weight of the thing will bring them down. Also, by the way,
Oh yeah, Neve's blonder.
yeah, not that. It's the curls, lads. This is what I'm
Oh,
talking about. I
I think it
blew
looks
dried this
gorgeous.
straight. This is it blow dried. I've
No,
no
but like
curl
it's
pattern in
like
my hair.
wave. There's no frizz there. See, this is the difference between
But
me and
this
you.
is the
Yours goes
thing.
like wavy, but it looks like people will style their hair and pay a stylist to get the hair that you have right now. You know what I
I
mean?
know, but I think I look
Like
so
beachy
rugged with
waves.
it.
I
But
don't think
like
so.
all of it underneath is so much more curlier. And it's like, it's so funny because this is a blow dried straight. If I didn't, it's literally ringlets. I remember Jono being like, once he saw me got out of the water over in Australia, he was like, your hair is so curly. I was like, I know. I know. Don't bring it up. Don't talk to me about it. I know. But it's like, it's so funny because like everyone's like, you should get a good curl routine at going. And I'm like, well, I'm getting extensions now, so I can. So maybe in the new year I'll think
Oh
about it.
yeah,
But
you couldn't do curly girl hair with extensions,
no,
sure.
because
Then the
my
extensions would just be straight.
yeah, but yeah, so that's the vibe. But I had to even out the hair, Emma Queen of Blondes, but she still gave it like there's dry shampoo in my hair now, so it looks brighter, but it still has my root color. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, but she's going a little bit blonder for the winter.
I always do this. I go darker in the summer. But like, what is the logic? The last time
I love
I
bright
went
blonde
brown
in the
during
winter
summer
because
as
it's like
well.
cold and
Yeah,
icy and you know.
yeah. It was so funny because like I was like to John, I was like, I've gone too blonde, babe, and he was like, it's honestly nothing on what you used to be like. You used to be like Snow White. I was like, yeah, true.
That's so true. And you know
Um,
what? Hair is hair. You can experiment with it. It's fine.
your hair is looking great. I watched your vlog this morning.
Ooh, thank you. It's
I
got
loved it.
so much thicker. Like the thickness is genuinely
It
insane.
is so thick. I did notice that even in the video,
And
and
like
now
even
like
the
it's so
ends,
thick. And
like they're
before,
just
like you had the length, but it wasn't that thick.
no, it was a mullet. So it was
Yes.
thick to like my ear.
Uh-huh.
And then the ends, like I would turn my head to the side and it would be like thick, 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 thin.
Yeah, it's so much thicker. It's
But
gorgeous.
it's mad because when I was looking for photos, okay, number one, thank you. But
Yeah.
number two, when I was looking for photos of my hair, like
Mm.
when I used to take selfies, I would like bring all my hair like that I had, like every strand,
Yeah.
to make it look thicker. So in the photos, it doesn't even look as thin and as bad as it was because it was
Mm-hmm.
just the ends were just so thin. They were fried. The bleach just killed it. But we're
Mm.
getting there with the thickness and the hair health again.
You're
Do you know who
saying
else is on a hair health journey and like has totally revamped her look?
who?
This is a good segue. Olivia Neal. She doesn't
Has
wear tan
she?
anymore. She is gone
She's
back to
so
dark brown
yeah, I
hair
love it.
and
Mm.
she is like on a healthy hair journey. Like she was posted the other day about like how thick her hair is getting because she's oiling her hair and like all this. And she's gone
Mm.
that like off-duty model kind of look. So
She's
like
such a
no
model
tan.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, the second she dyed her hair dark, I was like, this is the making of her. She's gorgeous. Like, do you know what I mean?
I love seeing a girl dye her hair dark
I
and just
know. I still think I have that itch,
it's
It's
when
gonna
you do it, it's gonna hit like a
one day
dark
I'm just
hair
gonna ring you
moment.
and it's gonna be like so dark, like dark, dark brown. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, she did it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a power move. It really is. If there's any girlies out there who are naturally dark or even not naturally dark and they just have the itch, just do it.
Yeah, I've such
And
an
I know you
itch.
might have spent hundreds and hundreds on getting your hair blonde, but if you have an itch, scratch it.
I just even feel like since I've gone back this bit blonder, the health of the hair is compromised. You know, you can feel
It
it.
always is.
You
It
can
always
feel
is.
it.
You
And
can
like
feel it,
I
and you
really look after my hair and like it is in great condition. Everyone was like even Emma and like Lorraine when I got matched for my extensions it was like, "Oh my God, your hair's in such good condition. Like I can't get over it, da da da." And I'm like, "But I can feel it's not what it was now." Do you know what I mean?
and you can gaslight into thinking like, no, when I go blonder, like I'm gonna get all these products and I'm gonna
Doesn't
take care
matter.
of
It
it.
really doesn't matter.
The bleach,
Yeah.
like no matter if you go to the best hairdresser in the
Hmm.
entire world, bleach is still gonna damage your hair
Yeah, my
at
the
the
only
end of the
great
day.
thing about this is when I wear the extensions will be taking the heat damage and not my own hair because that's what I want them for. And plus, I need the length because I'm like at the point where I'm like I'm so sick of this fucking length. Like, what is this? Do you know what I mean?
It's not
So,
even bad. I think you think it's worse than it
oh,
is.
it's definitely me being dramatic, but do you know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt, this is all in my head. But it's like, like even last week, I was like looking at my nails because remember I said I bit off all my biab in Australia. This is also like a month ago, by the way. I'm home like a full month.
That's so wrong.
Um, I'm like one day last week, I was just so stressed out. I was like to Rebecca, with me, it goes one or two ways. Like I either get really, really stressed and it like physically, like I get physically sick, or I go the other way and I just don't do anything. And I was like, I'm getting my nails done right now. But like because I had picked them off and I hadn't been like maintaining the length of them, they're so short.
Yeah.
My little nails, but they'll grow by Christmas time, which is a good thing because we all know my nail growth is like, whoa.
I know my nails are all still standing strong. If I can hold on to these for a further, what is it, 5 weeks, I'll be doing well.
I don't know how you keep
My
them for that
Christmas
long.
nail
I'm
appointment.
always like wow impressed by them. But like, what are you thinking for the Christmas set?
I don't know, like I do love red.
Red is so you
Just
during this
a
time of year as well.
like a just a full red set, like a Ferrari red, like a this color
Yeah.
red, which is kind of what I have now, but I just have the glassy
And
thing.
I think with the
Or like a
hair and the
full,
pale skin, the red is just unreal.
yeah, or like a full black set. I don't
I
know,
think
it'll
do
depend
black in
what I'm feeling.
January.
But see, I don't have the luxury because I get my nails done in Ireland. This is my issue.
Do you know what is so fucking funny? The fact that I used to be here going to the UK to get my nails done, and now you're in the UK coming here to get your nails done. What are we like?
What do we like? Until I find someone that is Larissa in the
Mm,
UK, I can't. So, like, I just
I
can't.
know.
Like,
And
I
I feel like
can't
if you were
risk
in
it
a
for a
city, it
chocolate
would be
biscuit.
easier, but you're in a like gorgeous suburban town.
Well, like there is two cities close to me, and there's definitely someone, but it's just about finding them, and I just don't
Mm,
have the brain capacity to pay for shitty nails
yeah, me
and then be
either.
shitty and like them damage my nails again.
Yeah,
I
I get
just,
you.
I just, I don't, it's tough. It's a tough
It's
life we
really
lead.
tough, sister.
It's really tough out here for the baddies.
It's hard out here for a bitch, as Lily Allen once said. You know what I mean?
Did she say that? Oh my God, sorry. Remember what I texted you about Lily Allen? I don't know, was that true or not?
What did you text me?
Remember that she sells feet pics on OnlyFans.
No, that was Ellie Goulding that you sent me that of. I was like,
Oh.
what? And you were like, yeah, I've seen it on Twitter. I was like, the amount of lies I've seen of Ellie Goulding on Twitter. And then I made up a lie to you back. And I said, remember that Trisha
Oh, about a
Paytas.
director thing.
Yeah, I was like Trisha Paytas to star in a movie directed by John M. Chu, whatever, yada yada. And you were like, what? Oh my God, I can't see anything anywhere. And I was like, you text me back 12 hours later. I forgot to tell you I was lying. Like, you know what I mean? I'm
But
so bad for that, guys. Like all my friends, they're so funny. Like I tell these stupid white lies just to like get a giggle because like sometimes I'm just really, really bored. Um, and I do it to my whole family. Like it's predominantly my family I do it to, and obviously the likes of Rebecca. I try do to Jono, and Jono just knows me so well at this point. He knows I'm lying when I'm lying because I'm bad at lying, so you'd know if I was. Anyway, the way I was getting
what?
you know the way I was getting my
Oh yeah,
bathroom
yeah, yeah.
done. Um, so basically the tiling was done and everything. We were getting the toilet, the sink, everything put in the last day. And I knew my dad and my brother were coming down at like maybe like in about 30 minutes. But I was like, I'll ring him and just see where he is. So I rang him and I was like, hey dad, they're after drilling into the wall and hitting a wire and we've gone out of electricity in the house. And my dad was like, shit, fucking shit and whatever. And I was like, nah, I'm only joking. When are you home? And he was like, Jesus Christ, Niamh. And I actually texted my brother and I was like, I got him really good, didn't I? And he was like, yeah, we were literally just talking about it. Like that was actually lawless. Like, it he was like, she loves winding all of us up. I always do to my brother as well. Like, it's
Just a
just my
little like,
thing. It's
just a
like,
little, add a little spice to life.
yeah, like when you sent me that thing and you were like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna make up a little white lie
But
here
I
now.
actually wasn't lying. I actually saw it. I saw an article, I saw the whole thing. And then I told you about it
And you
and I
couldn't
told
find
Rob
it.
about it. And then I went to search for the proof that I had seen, couldn't find it, wiped from the
So
internet.
typical. So
So typical,
typical.
wiped from the internet.
Speaking of Twitter, which is a good way to segue, did you see that the owner or the creator of Twitter has created a new platform called Blue Sky and people are leaving X to go join Blue Sky? And it's literally the exact same platform.
Bexblad.bsky.social. I have had one
Really?
since February. Rob was on it early. So
Well, I
Rob
need
has
to
had
get
a
on
blue sky
this.
for ages. And then I downloaded one, but I never used it. But then the other day, like everyone has been moving to blue sky from Twitter, or from X. Like, did anyone even call it X? No. But yeah, because like everyone was like, fuck Elon Musk, you know?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to, because my favorite thing about Twitter is the for you thing,
Mm,
because
yeah.
mine's just all astrology and Taylor Swift. Like
Yeah,
it's the
yours is
best for you
my For You
ever.
page or whatever the thing is on Twitter, the home thing is like completely curated by my friend Dara because she just retweets things and she's the only person I follow.
Yeah, so I have, because there's the following tab and then the suggested, and my suggested is all like astrology and Taylor Swift basically. And like Rob's one is like politics and news and everything like that. And he'll like go onto Twitter and be like, this is depressing. Like the world is
Yeah.
falling apart. And I'll go
Yeah.
on and be like, Taylor just wore a new outfit on Instagram.
You ever see that meme and it's like, oh, what does, what does this mean or whatever? And it's like something to do with like the economy or like who's running in the presidential race or whatever. And it's like, don't worry about a kitten. And then they're like, hee hee, yay, that's literally you and Rob because he's such a business. Like, do you know what I mean? And you're
He's
such
literally
like,
doing like a
hee hee.
sociology degree or whatever. And I'm just
Yeah.
here like,
You're like, hee hee hee.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, so this is the fundamentals and why things go wrong and like in socio-political economic crisis and everything. And you're like, yeah, but if you manifest, if you really believe it
If
with
you
your
believe
mind,
you can achieve.
it's like literally, oh,
Oh,
it's so cute. I just love you. You're my every time I see you post a thing on your close friends of him, I'm a fan. Like, I just love you so much. I'm like your biggest rooter ever. I'm like, I love you guys so much.
Pixie
Oh,
Manic Dream Girl meets Pixie Manic Dream Girl Astrology Witch meets accounting, sociology,
yeah. He's
whatever,
just
whatever, whatever.
such a slay. We've so much I suppose to catch up on last week because I missed last week's
Yes,
episode.
I want to rehash everything, honestly. Okay, first Brianna
Hmm.
and Zach.
Okay, let's start there. Did you also see that now at the moment she's actually seeing an Australian guy? But good enough for her.
Well, he's only over on like a trip and she just
Yeah.
kind of met him and I think she's just having
She's
like
having a
a
flame.
holiday
Yeah.
kind of fling with him and playing into
Yeah.
it. But
But yeah, I mean, look, there's really nothing to say other than the fact that that guy is honestly trash, like genuinely so mean. It sounds like he's been very controlling and manipulative and even I always say to people when like their friends, boyfriends or whatever, because I had like I've have younger people who come to me for advice a lot of the times, and there has been times where they've come and said, "Oh yeah, well her boyfriend called me this and this and this," and I always try and say, if he's comfortable enough to call you that in front of her, you've
yeah,
no idea what she's saying. He's saying to her behind closed doors, so you just need to put
yeah.
up, shut up, and be there for them. Um, so it's sad. Like it obviously is a really, really sad thing. But you know what? I do believe that she will she has done a great justice to a lot of women by talking about it and she will rise from
Oh
the
my
ashes
God.
and you know what I mean?
So good. But he was like a narcissistic,
Mm.
like cheater, like everything bad you could do to a
Yeah,
person,
I
like
saw he was
he literally
cheating
did.
as well. But you know what the thing is,
He was
what I found
cheating.
really crazy is that Bronco thing. Like her being like, "Oh, I want to buy myself a Bronco," and him still feeling like he needed to
Yeah.
be in control of it by being like, "I will buy it for you." Like it's
And
just
he offered to
crazy.
double her barstool salary. Like he
So
offered to
she'd
like
just stay at home
when
and
she
do
was
nothing.
renewing her contract. Yeah.
crazy.
when she was renewing her contract, he was like, "Oh, I'll just pay you double, and you can just like
No.
what do nothing, be nothing." Like I
Yeah.
just,
He just wanted to
it's
stunt
just
her career growth, like, because if she had taken that right and left, she'd have nothing now. Because she'd be gone from Barstool. People would be struggle to sign her because she was getting a lot of slack from people as well, from, her relationship with Grace breaking down, and there was loads of other factors in it. But she
yeah.
would have actually suffered a lot over that.
And I think like everything just makes sense now. And I think that leads back to what we were talking about parasocial relationships a few weeks ago. You never know what's going on.
Yeah,
Like
you really
now
don't.
everything makes sense. Like the breakdown of her friendship, her
Yeah.
personality doing a complete 180.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
not 9 times out of 10, but like more than likely, if someone gets into a relationship and their whole personality
Mm.
changes when they're like, that's probably not a good thing, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like some
Like that's
people do
probably
it
worrying.
unnaturally, like as in like they wouldn't realize that they just kind of tend to some people do tend to mirror. And I think a good example of that is like Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo at the moment. They're kind of mirroring each other, but in the
Yeah.
Wicked promo. And some people naturally
Hmm.
have that, they naturally do mirror other people's personalities. But I think, seeing such a drastic swap in that is like is something to be concerned about. So yeah, do you know what? I wish her the
Yeah.
best and I hope she heals from it because obviously it's really hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even the fact that they're making videos being like, "Oh, hi" to their future kids and stuff like do you know what I mean? It's sad. Like, do you know. Well,
It's
it's
really
life,
sad, but and she
unfortunately.
also has became a Swiftie in all of this, in all
Yeah,
her
and the
breakup.
Boston Bruins stuck up for her by doing that video that was like, "Last night we let the Laker talk." And
So good.
yeah,
So good. But yeah, she's been posting like all Taylor Swift songs on her story because she's like, now I'm
mm,
actually listening to the lyrics and like relating.
she
And
can
I
get
think
it.
that's the
Yeah.
thing with being a Swiftie. If you haven't had your heart broken by a man, like,
Mm,
or by like just heart really, really broken, and like
mm,
if you go through something, that's your arc. That's your becoming a Swiftie arc. Because
mm-hmm.
so many of the lyrics in the songs like just hit so
No, for
uniquely.
real. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it? Like so, so sad. But you know what? Actually, speaking in terms of music and Swifties and all them, like I do think this year, like I love this guy called Nicky at Night. If you're in marketing or you're in any creative space, like he really dissects and like he has this ability like to take all these data collection points and look at them and then actually like show how they're like shifting culture in terms of like the music and the
Mhm.
entertainment we're consuming and everything. He's so, so good. But he said that this year was like the rise of like, women and like messy pop. So like everything from like Brat to like
Mhm.
Ariana Grande's song like Imperfect for You to HOTTOGO, You Can Take Me Hot to Go, like just being so unashamedly like, out there with your music and stuff. And I do think he said like when you look at all the people like Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel Rowan, Charlie XCX, Ariana Grande, and who else was it? Like Gracie Abrams and all of them. Like they've all had like fantastic years, but like in their own lane, like without like overtaking the other one.
Mhm.
Nobody has overshadowed each other. They were all able to coexist, in the environment of the music industry. And Tate McRae, of course, were able to exist in the in like that industry without overshadowing each other. And I think it's really interesting because he was saying like what he thinks like the predictions of next year is, but it just made me think like this year has been the first year since I'd say 2014 that we've had banger after banger after banger after like the level was set
Yeah.
so so high. The amount of women that were
The
nominated
girls
for
have been
Grammys this
working.
year and
Yeah.
men weren't, like it was crazy.
But it is that shift. And I think I said it at the start of the year in astrology, like the women, it's women are coming to the forefront now. And like
Hmm.
society is appreciating women more and women are able to do more
Okay,
and
I'm gonna
like
pause you
be
for a
in a
second, Rebecca.
spotlight
You're really
where they
frozen.
weren't before. Am
You're
I good?
better than what you were, but
So weird. I didn't like nothing has moved.
okay, you're a lot better than what you were now.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you're slaying now. Okay,
Okay.
thank God.
We're back.
We're
But yeah, no,
back.
women are like it's so amazing to see. Like imagine being like a little girl now and there's
Mm,
just so many different
so many
role
to look up
models.
to. You know what I actually heard like Tate McRae saying this thing on saying like when she was born in 2003, first of
That's
all.
insane.
Let that sink
That's
in.
insane.
Alarming, alarming.
Alarming.
And she said that, the Christina Aguilera's and the Britney Spearses of the world, weren't really her time because she was zero and all that thing was
Yeah, yeah.
massive. So hers was like Ariana Grande and all them. And I was like, pardon? Pardon? Like, you know how alarming that was to me? Like a real like shift of, oh, you are old. Because like we grew up like I remember we lived on the same road. Like it was like Christina Aguilera, Spice
Britney,
Girls, Westlife, Britney Spears,
Sugar
back
Babes,
Sugar Babes, back to back to back to
Girls
back to back.
Aloud,
Mystique. Like we that was what we were listening
Destiny's
to
Child.
as a child. And like I remember we used to have like these Walkman things. Like, do you remember we used to put the
Yeah,
CDs in and put like the thing? And it's like to think that, some of the biggest superstars in the world now were like, oh yeah, that was before me. When
I know,
Ariana
insane.
Grande is like, the album with Break Free and Love Me Harder and all
Is
that. Well, I think it was
yeah.
yours truly or something. I don't know, it's probably wrong. But anyway,
I don't
I
know.
was going, I did my Leave Cert that year in 2014, so 10 years ago. And it's just so alarming
And
to
Tate
think that
McRae was
like
11.
yeah, she was only 11. Like,
She
that's
was
alarming.
bopping. She was 11. Well, yeah. Did
Crazy.
you see actually Christina Aguilera performed with
I
Sabrina
did. They
Carpenter?
sounded like their voices do really blend together well. But did you see that Domingo, the SNL skit guy? He went to the concert last night and she was the one he picked for Juno.
No
I
way. That's
swear. And he goes,
funny.
"Who's this?" And all the crowd started screaming. And he was like, "I'm Domingo." And he's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "Came all this way, had to explain direct from Domingo." I was gasped, but everyone was like, "The way he's looking at her," I was like, "Oh, don't let Barry Keoghan see."
Do not let Barry Keoghan see.
But yeah,
Absolutely
so very good. Um, but yeah, I feel like I don't know anything else that's happening. I
The
have really not
girlies.
been on my phone.
What else
Oh,
was
I'm a
I?
Celeb started.
I saw a clip of GK Barry
It
like
was
just
very
before we
good.
came on. She was not happy.
No, you
She
need to.
was,
I think you really need to
I
watch it
think
as a
she
first, like
clued
a
me on
first
it.
episode. It was strong. It was a strong
Yeah.
start.
Who
Yeah,
else? Colleen.
Colleen Rooney.
Yeah.
Who else is in there?
Maura
Oh,
Higgins was supposed to be there.
I think she's going to go in halfway. I don't know if she's
So
going
do
to.
they do that? I don't know about.
Yeah,
I'm
so sometimes halfway through they bring someone in. So I think that's
um
probably what's happening with her. But Colleen Rooney, GK Barry, and there's somebody else in there that I thought, oh, that's going to be a great pairing for them to. And
yeah.
Kirk from Corrie. Somebody from Corrie goes in every year. It's so funny.
Is Corey Carnation Street?
Yes.
Okay.
So
And I found out I've been introduced to a lot of UK TV,
mhm.
obviously, being here. And my joy of the weekend is The Wheel on Saturday nights, hosted by Michael McIntyre.
Oh
It is,
yeah.
do you know Big Nasty? He's like a grime.
Yeah, I love him, Big
Oh my
Nasty.
God. He
He's
was
so
on
funny. He's got like
Saturday's
this food place
episode.
in Tenerife.
Oh my God. It was so, so good and so, so, so funny. But I love The Wheel. But how was I connecting that?
Sorry.
Because one of the questions, Danny Dyer, both Danny Dyer and Danny Dyer were on it on
Yeah.
Saturday. So the two Dannys. And he obviously started on EastEnders.
Yeah.
And EastEnders is the East End of London.
Yeah.
And I, oh,
Did
this
you
is
not
all I
know
knew.
that?
No.
You're
I don't,
so
my
funny.
knowledge of UK lore is as minimal.
Talisa is the other big one that's an I'm a Celebrity. Yeah. Because I was like,
Lisa.
that's a great three pairing, like Colleen Rooney, GK Barry, and Talisa. And they've got what's it called? Jane Moore, and they got Danny Jones from McFly, I think it is.
Recently I've
And like
been
literally last night there was like he was like, "Oh my God, there's a snake up my pants," and they were like making a joke about it. And afterwards they actually had to go in and zip down his shorts. There was a huge snake up by his
no,
crotch. I
no,
was like,
no, no,
"Oh my
no,
God, scary,
no.
scary,
Immediately
scary."
no. That's terrifying.
Immediately no. But yeah, of course, naturally GK Barry was picked to do the first trial.
She had to put her
So
hand in the like cockroaches.
no,
Or
no, no. This is tonight. She's to do another trial because everyone
no
saw
way.
how she reacted to the first thing they voted.
She's gonna get like
Oh, I
everyone's
think she might walk, I don't know, would she tolerate it? I
no,
could be
I'd say
wrong.
she could win. Do you know what I mean? Like
Do you think?
I think she would hate it, but I think she comes across to me as a very I don't know her astrology now and I'm going to look it up, but she comes across to me as quite a stubborn person. So I feel like she has a lot of either Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy in her chart.
Yeah,
And that energy is like, I'm here now and I'm fucking winning,
of course.
you
Yeah,
know, or
true.
maybe Leo.
If
But
she
either way,
probably does have a good chance to win it, her to Lisa, my money's on.
Well,
Or more
especially,
if more Higgins goes in, she's winning it anyway, naturally. Everybody knows this.
and she came into Love Island late, so it might be like
Yeah.
repeating the arc of that. Arc
I
is the wrong
think
word to
she
put there.
probably had some commitment that she couldn't get out of in it, and because she went to Vegas. And
Because
you
I
know, she,
saw her on a poster, but was that AI? I don't know.
yeah, I think it was the son that said it, so who knows? But
See, that's the issue with the internet these days is like, was that photo fake? Maybe.
I watched a video the last day and I actually thought that the video was real and it was fake. It was like such a good deep fake that I was like, oh, we're in fucking trouble here, like.
Deep fakes are scary,
And we're
scary.
actually fucked because there's hours of our voice in our fo
No,
face.
but did you know what? Right? This is
Mhm.
so interesting. I discovered this company or business or website. Two guys from Dublin set it up. It's
Mhm.
called Ceartas,
Oh yeah,
Ceartas.
I actually used to talk to them. They used to follow me on my old Instagram account. I used to be like quite linked in
Yeah.
with them. Yeah.
So they have set up this whole company that you can sign up to as a creator. They obviously specialize working with like OnlyFans creators and stuff.
Yeah.
And they get everything taken down off the internet that you don't want. Like everything. Like
Amazing.
look at their website, it's class. And I'm like,
You
if
should probably
anything
sign
starts
up.
popping up of me, it's
Yeah.
$69 a month. So you'd
Yeah.
want to like have things popping up of you
Yeah,
a
true. We
lot
don't really do
to
that
get it
much
off. But
stuff.
like for businesses like the side men or like
Mm,
hypothetically, or not hypothetically, when we start a Patreon, if that stuff starts getting leaked,
leaked. Yeah, we true.
you can do it. And that's, I'd say, what the biggest people do is like
Yeah.
if things start getting leaked, because they can just get it taken down, which is
Yeah,
that. And
true.
they're Irish, which is so
Yeah,
cool.
love that for them. We love supporting the Irish.
Love
Go
that.
on. And
Maybe they could be a
speaking of,
sponsor of the pod.
it's
Down the
actually, can we
line.
just, on a very serious note now, while we're talking about the Irish lads, the upcoming election is the
Oh yeah, this week.
29th.
No, next week.
Next week, it's Friday week, yeah. So the 29th November, it's a snap election. Please, please, please. There's not a lot of things I really ask of anybody who listens to this podcast, but if you don't usually vote, I am begging you to go out and
Mm,
vote. Like everyone says, I don't understand politics. I don't really want to get into it. It's always the same two parties. It is always the same two parties or the two or three parties because our generation wasn't going out and voting. We are
mm,
fantastic for showing up on things that we know directly we can make an impact on, like the abortion referendum, the
yeah.
equality referendum. This will affect you if you don't vote this election. The housing crisis, the healthcare, everything you are being, and excuse my language, but you are being fucked like left and right, no matter where
Mm,
you go at the moment, because
mm,
the government have not, like, the housing crisis has been going on for the last I don't know how many years. I actually went on the BBC before the last snap election in
you did.
2020. I said that the housing and the health was going to be the biggest swing in this vote. Sinn Féin won the majority of the votes, and I'm not saying I'm pro Sinn Féin. I'm just saying anybody who is not who we have in there right now, you need to make a massive effort
Yeah.
to go. Now, if you're in the position, sorry, I need to finish off that thought process because this is what I'm saying. The only reason why Sinn Féin got such a massive swing is because the things that people wanted were healthcare, housing, and that was very evident in the last election. We had the likes of Micheál Martin and Leo Varadkar come out and say, we hear what the people want and we are going to take this on board. And they took sweet fuck all on board. So
They
what I'm saying is
lie.
use your vote. Women, even if you're a woman, you listen to this podcast, women literally marched to be able to get the right to vote. There is a website. I'm going to leave it in the link to this podcast. I'm also going to leave it on the link to the podcast page. And I'm going to post it every day leading up to the election. You can, it's called Ireland I Side With. It shows you loads of different topics. Some of them are really extreme. And look, it's the times we're living in, unfortunately. Some things talk about our neutrality when it comes to war, some things talk about immigration, some things talk about housing, some things talk about time served for criminal offences. Whatever you think or you think you side, some things you might have be indifferent about, that's fine, you can vote on that, but it will tell you what parties and independents that you align with. The
Hmm.
party I align with the best, and which is very clear that I have always done so, as the Social Democrats. I had Holly Cairns, who's the leader of the Social Democrats, long before she became the leader on my old podcast.
Hmm.
And that's obviously the one that I align with the most. That's the one that came up. So it is actually quite accurate. Um, do not let these arseholes be in charge of us for another 5 years. That's all I'm going to say. So, lovelies, I will post that link it is your voice. Let your voice be heard. Think of anyone you know that's had a hard time, been shafted out of the country, all your friends who had to immigrate. Think about the fact you can't get on the property ladder. Think about the fact that you have to wait to get doctor's appointments. Just think about it. And then cast your vote wisely.
Yeah, and think about like just even the fact I think that like what Apple owed us what like 20 billion and
14
like
billion.
yeah, and our government was like
So
didn't
hold
want to
on to
take it.
it.
Yeah, like keep it.
Yeah,
And like I
like,
just hate this argument for I think that argument for the like I think a lot of people who support the people that are in are like, oh, but the economy will be fucked if they leave, kind of thing.
you're not at
And it's
all.
like, oh, so dollars or euros matter more than like people getting access to like services they
Mm,
need. Like, we have to start from the bottom in
yeah,
the like
there's full-on families living in emergency accommodation, lads. It is
like
not.
if the top 10% can keep their low tax rate, like who gives a fuck?
Mm,
Like honestly, who gives a fuck?
yeah.
Like I don't care about the top 10% or 20% or 1% keeping
Yeah, and it
an
affects you
extra
directly. Like
like
because
it's
even say
so
for example,
icky.
they wanted Apple to hold on to the money. I'll tell you revenue is chasing me every month when it comes to my VAT and my PRSI and PAYE.
Yeah.
They don't be like you hold on to it to me.
And like the
You
fact
know what
that
I mean?
small businesses pay the same tax rate as like the Westbury in Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Like a
It really
small
is.
cafe in Tralee pays like the same
Mm.
hospitality or whatever. I don't know enough, but I know that that is a fact
And
that
like,
like the
look at
tax
our
bands are
urban
the same.
towns. Tralee has been demolished. Like when it comes to like,
Yeah.
there's empty buildings everywhere. It used to have a booming economy, and now it doesn't anymore. Like it's just the rates for places to stay open in Tralee is too expensive, and this is happening across the country.
Yeah.
Use it wisely. And like Rebecca said, yours are not more important than people. So
Like genuine, like that is the most simple fact. It was like the American election recently. Like everyone was like, "Oh, but like Trump will be better for the economy," and I'm like, "Yeah, but he hates everyone that isn't a straight white man."
yeah,
So we want the
mm,
straight man to have money, but everyone else to like get fucked.
yeah, it's
Like
so
ew, oh,
unfair.
it gets me so angry.
I know. And also, can I just say, there's a specific person, individual running for the general election in the Tralee and Kerry local
Oh,
area who do
is that the
not.
person you put in your close friend? No, that's a Dublin girl.
No, no, no. No, they're running in Dublin Central.
Oh, that this is
Do
a different
not
thing.
allow this person think that they have a chance with their, oh, they wanting to get, I'm not even going to give
So
indications,
what
but
when
everybody's
you're
going to know who I'm
voting, so
talking about. Do not
when
give
you're
them your
voting,
vote.
you can put numbers.
So
You can
when you
number it
vote,
one to
yes. So
so
the way it
don't put
works
numbers on the
usually.
other ones.
Yeah. So what you they usually say is vote left, transfer left if
Hmm.
you want things like
Change.
healthcare and housing and everything that benefits people. So you vote who you want number two, number one, and then number two, number three, number four. What I would recommend is absolutely do not give any three, four, five,
Yeah.
six
No.
votes to the likes of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. But
No.
it's up to you if you want to vote for them. Like I said, it's your choice. But anyway, we're going to still be in this fucking shit shit thing that we've been in the last few years. So say if the number one person gets in, the excess votes that they have will go on to your vote number two.
Hmm.
And then the way I think that's how it works. So, or if they don't
It
get in,
does.
the votes go to the second person, and then whatever leftover votes they transfer down to your priority. So that's how they count them.
Yeah.
And like
But
Micheál
that's
Martin
why
got in
it's
on
so
like the sixth or seventh count the last time. He didn't even get in on the first count, and he ended up being
he-
the fucking Taoiseach. So
yeah.
don't give them your votes.
And I saw the graphic the other day that it was like from the 19 maybe 50s or 60s. It's been like Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, Fianna
Mm.
Fáil, Fianna Fáil, Fine
And then
Gael,
it was
Fine Gael,
Labour at
Fianna
one
Fáil.
point.
And it's
Yeah.
like
Like, just
it's
think about
just
even the fact that Leo Varadkar like
disappointing.
leaked state documents
It
and
made me
like
so angry. I had to delete Twitter.
it's yeah, it is. Do you know what? It's very infuriating because like once you look into politics, you realize how much you're getting fucked, and it's
Mm,
like really infuriating because it's like, wow, you really don't care about me at all. And also, there's like a lot of people who like need support services that can't get access. There's kids inside school that can't get access to these like essential support services. I saw recently that there's like, I don't know, is it like scoliosis and cystic fibrosis kids that are on waiting lists to get
mhm.
like life-saving surgeries because basically they like it's not a priority to the government. They can't like whatever. It's just It's once you start talking about it, it's really infuriating. Just please make
It is.
sure
And then
you
you
go out
think
and
of like
vote.
the bike sheds and those weird new bins.
And the 9 million on fucking phone
And
cases that,
that's
by
what I
the
was
way,
just about
kids
to
can
say.
unlock with another magnet. They're the easiest things to unlock ever. But apparently there was a little, again, dodgy dealing. Somebody in the Dawn knew
Of course
who
there
owned that
was.
company and then yada yada.
It's just like spending 9 million on kids' phone cases so they can't use their phone, as opposed to like the mental health resources and explaining to children why they shouldn't use their phone and why their phone is best used in their bag for their learning, or and how it's affecting their mental health and phone addiction.
Exactly.
Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
anyway, it's really infuriating, and the only way to change it is by voting and believing that change is a good thing. Because I'm not even gonna say the
I
statement I was about to
know.
say. Um,
No, but you're dead right, baby girl. I
mm,
agree.
mm.
I think that's a good note to end it on. Thank you for listening. This week's podcast. We love you very much. And by the time you hear this, our tickets will have gone live on sale.
Yeah,
So buy a ticket and come with your friend. You can come on your own. It's going to be a really fun
yeah. Well,
area.
like
Everyone's
we
going to be
might even set
friendly.
up a group chat or something for
Yeah.
people who are coming on their own.
Yeah.
Like, come on your own.
Come on
Like,
your own. There's
come
no,
on your own.
we will be there chatting to people as well. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a
And
fun
we'll do
night.
a thing with because there's like table seating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, it
we
depends. If we
we'll
sell too many tickets, I don't know what we were going to do the layout.
yeah, we'll figure
We'll
it out
figure
the
it out.
layout, but we
Hmm.
won't have a situation where, you won't know where to sit or
Yeah,
anything
that
like
won't
that.
be an
Like there'll
issue.
be we'll sort you out, we'll do it. And to all the girlies who are not in our hometown or who are not traveling, because one of the girls is like, I'm
I
coming down
know.
from Dublin
Love
to
her so
which
much. What a
is so
cute
slay.
baby.
But we will have an online we'll sort you out as well. There will be
Yeah.
an option for that as well for girlies who want to support but can't
Yeah.
because they're not in our hometown.
Yeah. Okay, girlies, we love you.
Hopefully I have a voice this time next week.
I
At the
feel you
normal
will,
octave.
sister. All good vibes.
All good
Um,
vibes.
okay, ciao. See you.
Bye.